Got it.
Got it.
I'm seeing a lag
I'm
on
seeing a
me.
lag on me. You got it. You got it.
Hey. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Ah.
Julia's got the school spirit going.
I what?
You got the school spirit going. Whoa.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
so it's still
so
yeah, I'm here.
it's so it's
Can you hear
yeah,
me?
I'm here.
Can you
Yeah,
hear
I'm
me?
here.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear?
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Uh, okay, this is
Okay,
all very
okay,
silly.
all very right, right. Okay. Okay. Hold on. What the heck? What the heck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I hear you through
I
whatever
hear you
is
through
in my
whatever is
ears.
in my ears.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Julia, say test. Julia, say test.
Test, test, test. Do that. Do that.
Open the chat box. Open the chat box. Open the chat box.
Oh, in Skype.
Oh, in Skype. Oh, in
In
Skype.
Skype, yeah. In Skype, yeah. In Skype, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have it.
I have it. I have it.
Because I had the Skype on my
Because I had the Skype
phone.
on my phone. Here's the chat. Here's the chat box.
because I was Google Meet, my camera, microphone, tried to and then when I tried to, would change it over. So I can do one or the other. So I can do one or the other without the other one even by themselves, without the other one even open, and that was my problem. Yes. Now I can. I could not before. Now I can. I could not before.
Okay, cool.
Could you see me before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start the presentation. What do you mean? Start the presentation.
Tell
You mean
me
share?
your
Screen
screen.
on
No. I see it. I see it. Okay. Hey, here.
See this?
It's on.
It's on the Bible.
Okay, hold on. Pull that up. I can. Yeah, I'm not bad. Oh, not what I meant to do. No, cancel. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Today we will discuss what your graduation requirements are, what GPA and GPA are, and how they work, the course selection process itself, how you are current distance learning situation. We will then review the courses themselves to some extent, and finally we'll discuss a little bit about diploma award. Takes us to the next slide. Okay. Nope.
You're gonna go too ahead. You gotta be careful.
My bad. Don't do that. Back up. They can't remember because I haven't told them nothing. All right. Oh God. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't watch the live.
Right.
Okay, so let me.
Corn on the cob.
What?
Oh, that was my dad.
Oh, I was like, yeah. Let me turn the live off. That's confusing me a lot. All right. So maybe I'll just have the PowerPoint up, or what do you think I should do?
So you're gonna move the slides.
Yeah, he should be.
Okay. Because if so, then we should just keep it on a separate.
Oh.
I just got a really cool idea. What if we? Oh wait, am I live? Okay. Okay. So we're going to discuss GPA. Your GPA is cumulative average, bullet point, and let's move to the next slide. If you take a look at the screen, you should now be seeing a digital copy of the pink form that you previously received. Does everybody see that? Ms. Drucker or anybody? Does anybody see that?
I see nothing.
Oh, you're not. Oh, you're not on live. Correct.
I was on live and
Anybody
it got
who's-
confusing.
No,
I'm
no,
seeing,
no. I know.
I'm
I'm
seeing
not
the
on
course
live either.
registration sheet.
Okay, so Eric, you're looking live. Thank you. Okay. So course, the old course selection sheet right now, if you're looking at it, I'm just actually going to talk until I figure out what happens when I talk and say next slide. So going on to the next slide. You should now be seeing the WLMS course selection Google Form slide. This is our updated version. What's going to be happening is you're now going to get a Google form that will come to you from Miss Diane Mayer. It'll come to a student account, so make sure your kid checks their email. And it will look like this, and I will talk more about it. And do we see this slide? Eric?
Yep.
Great. Okay, moving on from that, let's discuss world languages. The next slide. We'll start with French. We'll move on to Spanish. We'll move on to ASL. We will make sure that everyone understands you don't need us to graduate, but without it, going to a university will be nigh impossible.
Maxie, let
Onto
me
our
see your
next
laptop.
slide comes physical education requirement. Now, this is a little bit different because fine.
Well, no, we're going faster than we normally go during the thing. So.
Okay, so when we're answering questions, we're waiting for us to finish the presentation before we answer any questions. Yes.
Yes.
I think so, but what I kind of wanted to see as we're going through this is if, for example, when he gets to a couple slides from now, I basically like just put Eric way out there. Like everything that has to do with choice, here's your guy. And I feel like maybe Eric, I don't know if it's confusing or if you want to speak to that part or.
Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do for the questions part, because of the little lag, is we're going to have them, and I don't know. Oh, instead of trying to go back and read anything or have them because they won't be able to talk, they should be the questions that are coming through the chat on a Google Doc access.
Who will? Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Right. Oh. Right. Okay. Okay, so should I go ahead and put the live screen back up so I can see it or no? Okay, so should I go ahead and put the live screen back up so I can see it or no? Okay, so should I go ahead and put the live screen back up so I can see it or no? So I will not see what I look like live, but that's fine. I'm just gonna trust you. What I look like live, but that's fine. I'm just gonna trust you. What I look like live, but.
Yeah, I just cut the audio on. I pulled it up on the other computer. I can see the the I turned are we is
Weakest link. Read to know to begin high school. Of course, there's a lot more information we know you'll need and more questions you'll have. But for now, let's focus regarding and safety for when we know about when school later in this chat or for some other time, or just type them. Okay, moving on to our next slide. So here's our agenda today, folks. Today we're going to be discussing first year specific graduation requirements. Next, what your GPA and HPA are and what that means and how it works. Next, we'll go over the course selection process itself. It has changed slightly due to current learning. We'll be doing our best to address the ACE looking at requirements. So you must receive 24 credits by the end of your senior year. This breaks down to 6 credits each year. You are allotted 7 classes each year, which means you do have a little wiggle room. Each semester, you will need to have a 2.0 GPA to be eligible for sports. You will also need that 2.0 to graduate. Another graduation requirement is community service hours. You need 20. However, to get ahead, it's a good idea to begin volunteering as soon as possible. Many scholarship programs, including Bright Futures, require far more than 20 to aim for at least 100. You will also need an online course to graduate, which you should all be phenomenal at because look what we're doing right now. On the Algebra 1 EOC, you're going to need to receive a 3 or higher in order to receive credit and in order to graduate from high school. Question, I was saying in the presentation originally, your diagnostic test this year will determine what course you're placed in, but now I don't know if that's true.
it's going to be placement based on the teacher recommendation and scores that you've had in class. So
Okay.
I would just let it go. I don't know if I'd even go into detail on that. I think I would just, when they ask,
leave it out.
let it go.
Just leave all that out?
Be like Elsa and let it go.
Why should you never give Elsa a balloon?
Because she'll let it go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the same goes for your reading FSA, which is a requirement. Or recommendations this year are going to determine your placement in these core courses for next year. And so that your teachers can make sure that you are placed where you need to be successful on these standardized tests.
Too much,
Now,
too much.
remember, too much?
Don't, just.
All right.
Just.
What I did is I actually, I typed exactly what we said in the video, so I can take it out. All right, so I'll take it out. So how about I just say, on the Algebra 1 EOC, you need a 3 or higher to graduate. And the same goes for the reading FSA. Again, you'll need a 3 or higher in order to graduate. That's it?
Definitely a less is more situation. I would.
Okay.
We're going to.
Now, on one thing, don't forget to be awesome. Stars, okay? These are just the minimum requirements, and we know that you can go above your journey, okay? You
You're
are
so
responsible.
cheesy. You don't have to
I'm
get
just
just
practicing.
say, just remember these are the minimum requirements. And that
She's having.
What But actually, if you're trying to jump for the moon, you're never going to make it. You're never actually going to make it. It's far too far away. So you should just stop now.
Just take dark.
Land on the sun.
This took us seriously,
You burn
Darker.
up. All right.
That's it. We should totally go with Parker's thing.
Slide 4. Remember, guys, these are your minimum requirements. This is your journey, and you're the one responsible for choosing wisely. So always strive for excellence, and do the best you can do.
Next slide.
Next slide. Don't reach for stars. They're hot. Hot. Right.
Don't touch.
Sorry. Next slide. So when it comes to GPA, you're going to hear a lot about the GPA. You probably already are. This is the unweighted cumulative average of all the grades that you have earned for high school credit. So this may include courses that you've taken in middle school, such as algebra or physical science. This depends on what you've already have, which stands. What does that stand for?
Yep.
Honors, grade point average. Okay.
It's the
This
weight.
is your weighted. Yeah, right. I'm like.
Oh,
it's not
HPA is honors
HGPA.
point average. Yeah.
Honors point average. Okay. This is your weighted cumulative average. This means that all the classes that you took that were honors or higher and in which you earned a C or higher will give you more points than a regular course. This may seem confusing. More of this will be explained later, so don't worry too much about this right now. Something to think about, though, your cumulative GPA will only change twice a year. This is something that many of our incoming high school students don't completely understand. So we want to make sure we break this down. On your transcript, you will only see your your GPA change at the end of each semester. So after quarter 1, after quarter 2, these grades will be averaged together to give you, I put T credits, that's not right, 0.5, half a credit. The second semester.
H, is that you making us bigger or small? Is that? Can you? You should probably put.
The second quarter averages will go together with your final exam, and this will give you your score, the other half credit. You must maintain a 2.0 or a C average in order to participate in athletics. Now, when it comes to EOC courses, all of this is screwed up, so just pretend that I didn't say any of that. Not really saying that. Okay. All right, slide 7. This is the original pink course selection sheet. Hopefully you have this in front of you, and this will guide you towards continuing to select your courses. I have to redo what I'm going to say here. I don't know yet. Here's the new and improved on slide 8. The next slide is going to give a screenshot of what you should be receiving soon from your guidance counselor, Ms. Diane Mayer. She will be sending out a Google form that will ask you to select your social studies elective, your physical education elective, if applicable, and your other electives. You will also choose alternate electives. All of this is broken down, explained to you in not right. So to explain a little bit more, in the next slide, you'll see that PE is required for all of our 9th graders. Is it PE or social studies?
Social studies.
Social
And PE.
studies.
My bad. You're good. You're good, H. I'm just changing my script. Slut. Oh. So world language. Hold on. It's a great start. Offer stupid. This should be the and then I'll go on. But anywho, now we're going to do in French level or American language. Remember, well, into a 4-year future scholar, you must one and then think instead the same language in order to actually go or in language and just wait slide next slide studies says
PE.
PE. Okay, I got you. Okay, the next slide, which is PE, obviously, remind you that all ninth graders need to take a PE class. Now, every ninth grader, when you get your Google form, you'll see a question that asks you to choose your first elective after social studies. If you are not taking, I got to figure out how to say this, but if you are in 2 or more ACE courses next year, you do not need to take a PE class your freshman year. However, every other ninth grader should select the very first option, which is personal fitness and team sports. Every ninth grader, I repeat, every ninth grader will take a half credit of personal fitness and of a PE elective, in this case, team sports. This is not an option, so choose it. If you don't choose it, we're going to put you in it anyway, but we like to pretend on the paper that it's a choice that you have. All right, so after slide 10, which is PE, comes slide 11, which is social studies, right? Okay, the social studies slide. Now, on the social studies slide, I have to find what I'm saying because it's no longer in the same place on my script. But here we are. Here's the choices we have to choose from. We have world cultural geography, which is also very helpful with reading comprehension skills. We have Holocaust and law studies. So each of these 2 subjects will be covered in a different semester. We offer African American history honors and hip hop in literature, again, with each subject covered in a different semester. Is that confusing? I might change that. We have AS Classical Studies, which is an ACE elective, and also will be a Social Studies elective. And finally, AS International History. Do you want me to say Cambridge? Or no?
For what?
AS International History, AS Classical Studies. Keep it like I said.
Just leave it. That's fine.
Okay. Alrighty. Which is part of our ACE program and will count as a world history credit, which is a graduation requirement. Now, on our next slide, you're going to see we do offer many other electives at WHS. Am I on the right slide?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Some of these are academic electives, which often offer honors credit and or certifications in a variety of fields. For example, our early childhood and development course is a good fit for students who are interested in education, psychology, sociology, blah, blah, blah. It also offers industry certification, a CDA, levels. Another course that offers certification is Tech, where students are introduced to the basics of Microsoft Office Suite. Many other courses are offered at Wellington, from culinary all the way to AP computer science principles. All of these courses offer multiple levels. No, they don't. Many of these courses offer multiple levels so that students can explore them at the introductory level before deciding to continue in any one area. Be sure to review our curriculum guide to see what opportunities are available in each of these different electives. Next, we have our performing and fine arts elective, same slide. These will not only your performing in fine arts graduation requirements, but are also a great way to get involved at Wellington High School. For example, if you're new to public speaking, you might try our speech elective. If you're interested in debate and actually want to compete, you might want to try our Debate 3 honors course. Band, chorus, and drama all have various levels and groups that you can join to be involved. Don't be afraid to try something new. Our dance program has different levels and areas too, everything from aerobics to ballet. Our 2D art and painting course is part of our visual arts program, so you can paint happy trees, or you could take creative photography. As I mentioned before, there are many courses to choose from. Next slide will show you that if you have questions, you can click on our curriculum guide, which we need to make sure that that link works. I just changed it today, so hopefully it does. You can also access this on our high school website if you're having a hard time. Link provided in the presentation. When you go to this site or to this link, each course will have a description, which is obviously helpful when deciding which class fits best for you. Now, the next slide shows you an example of a freshman schedule. Doesn't mean your schedule will necessarily look like this, but it should have the same components. For example, the core class of English is covered by ACE, EGP, Geometry Honors is counting as math, bio, science, AS International History, yada, yada, yada. Okay, when you look at geometry, you'll notice it received an NG or no semester credit earned due to the EOC. What this means is that at the end of the year, once you've taken all 4 quarters, the midterm, and the final EOC, you'll be given 1.0 credit for this course, unless there's another coronavirus, in which case none of this matters and forget everything I said. Moving on to the next slide, you will see the ACE diploma. Now, this is a college level, extremely rigorous curriculum that gives college credit through Cambridge University. You can earn an ACE diploma, taking 7 ACE courses in total, but you could also take a few ACE classes to challenge yourself. There's a lot of information about ACE, so if you have specific questions about how these courses work or what they entail, please save your questions for our Cambridge coordinator, who you can see on the screen. Hey, there she is. That's Ms. Drucker, everyone. You can also find answers to most of your ACE questions at her fantastic website, wcsaice.weebly.com. Her contact info on the slide, as well as her face. Okay, on the next slide, we're going to be discussing our choice programs. Now, at this point, you should already have submitted an application and been notified by Mr. Eric Wilkinson, who is also here with us. Hi, Mr. Wilkinson.
Hi.
Our Academy Coordinator, Mr. Wilkinson, everybody. If you have been accepted into our Fire Science, Marketing, Equine, Pre-Veterinary, or Fine Arts Academies, please note, you will be placed into the appropriate academy courses by Mr. Wilkinson himself. Your academy electives are not listed on your course selection sheet, and they are not available on the Google form which you will be receiving. If you have any questions about academies or about our choice program overall, please reach out to Mr. Wilkinson at his email address, which you can see on the screen, or here he is.
Perfect. Email. Perfect.
Email. Just email him. Leave him alone otherwise. Our main goal is to have what?
Yeah. So yeah, and I'll insert that. I also think that maybe just to get Julia a break, because it's a lot. Maybe Mirka does the Do you want Mirka to take the ACE diploma requirement slide as well, Julia?
Sure.
Because you need a break. It's a lot, and it's hard to maintain focus. And it's also we're also going to be, kind of in the side there, just staring straight ahead for a little time.
Agree.
So there should probably be some, so you can get a little bit of a break. So Mirka will do the ACE Diploma 1, and then I've got a couple adjustments to send you on the PowerPoint for this one. But yeah, I'll just reiterate the importance, that we'll handle these separately, that we're still accepting if people want to join our in-house academies, that seats may still be available. but I'll address that.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna change that so that when it comes to those slides, plus, variety is good anyway, so people don't fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, I think
so,
you've been having to talk a lot. You're just like Miss Hayden should probably be doing the intro. So
yes. Miss Hayden's. Well, I wanted to make sure she saw this, but she had talked about having her do the intro and the outro.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll kind of look like the one that we did for the other presentation. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Man, we have really been in the studio a lot this
We
year
have
together, guys.
been in the thick of it together. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah. Perfect.
Is there any
And
way
what
to
I'll
move
do-
my head from the bottom, like right-hand corner of the screen? Say he's not on there either. Are you? Is that what you're playing with? Okay. It's floating aside.
Yep.
It looks normal. Or we look. Okay.
What?
Academics.
No, academies.
Oh,
That's Eric.
Academies. That's fine. So then, can we? All right. So I'm just editing on the fly, Julia. Would it be possible to just add one slide after this with the, and I can edit it for you if you want with the social media homes for the school.
Mm-hmm. Please.
Because then we've got the one for the Ace page and the Drucker's account. But if we just add that after the academies, I'll do those back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, once we get out of here,
once we're
what
done,
I'll
don't worry
do
about it.
is, yeah, I'm also gonna finish the script, and then
Okay.
like you guys can edit your own script, and you don't have to say anything on there, but just so you can kind of see
You're fine.
like who's saying what
Yeah.
and when, and then
Gotcha.
we'll update the PowerPoint, all that good stuff. I
And
kind
then
of
I
feel
think
like
so.
maybe
Then
we should, like,
I think for the closeout, like because the course selection sheet slide is sort of like the closing argument where we've got to really we've got to really reassure them that like we really need these. I think those last couple slides should be Ms. Hayden.
okay.
To like be the final selling point because she
Agree.
carries that heft.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Plus, then we're switching up a lot. Like she starts, I go, America goes, Wilkinson goes.
Because you're doing a lot of
goes,
heavy
and then
lifting,
we're
and
out.
that should that way once you get to Ace, like you're good.
Cool.
I would ask her
it's
though
not-
because
it's no
she originally wanted just Julia talking on this one. That was why we were doing it the way that we were.
Sorry.
No, I agree. If we're all
But-
just sitting here, we might as well say something.
Yeah, I think that when the last time that we asked her, she didn't realize that it would be that easy for us to shift back and forth because
Right.
she didn't know that H would be so awesome. Good job, H. I was just saying that you did a great job. We didn't know it would be so smooth for us to be able to, to like switch up who's speaking on the slides. That's cool. All right. You are the man. I mean, we don't really have to keep doing it. I think we should. I think that we should all reconvene. I mean, I think we have a meeting tomorrow anyway, don't we? On Tuesdays in the morning.
Do we?
Okay. So. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, hi, Miss Hayden.
Hi, Miss Hayden.
Just so you know, we just signed you up to do the beginning and the end of this PowerPoint. So we're looking forward to your smiling face being here as well, and introducing our live stream and also outroducing it. So that'll be great.
It's a good way to put it. Introducing and outroducing. I like that. That's probably a new form.
You know, 2020 times of the Rona. We got to change our lingo.
Somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. So I think that if any I don't even know who can hear me or who can see me, but here's how I feel. I think that we should get off of all of this technology and go back to our Google meeting and kind of finalize what we're doing, if that's cool, so everybody can talk on it and see each other, and then we can reconvene tomorrow for our regularly scheduled meeting about this. With I'll have the PowerPoint updated, I'll have the script updated. You'll all already have that prior to the meeting, and then we can do another dry run.
What time's the meeting that we're supposed to have?
I don't know. Did I make it? No, somebody else made it.
I don't have one.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. It was supposed to be like every Tuesday or something.
I live for meets and I don't have it.
I don't see it either. I'm going to add it. Don't worry, guys.
There's a 7:30 ACE grading discussion with the district office. 7:30 to 8:30. So just a heads up. So it would have to be after that. No, tomorrow morning.
After 7:30?
Tomorrow morning, 7:30. No, there's a 7:30 to 8:30 ACE meeting tomorrow morning.
Oh. Yeah, no. It was, they originally were at 11.
Okay. I could do 11.
You guys want me to make it at 11?
Sure. Well, I don't know. Can you do 11, Aaron? Since you're teaching 17 classes now?
Oh, yeah. Eric, you tell me when you can do it.
Yeah, 11's fine.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to... so should we put... originally, like, Blake and Diane are all on there. Should they be part of it, too?
Probably, right? Because they're...
Yeah. Do we want to jump back over to the meet to do this, by the way?
Let's go back to the meet, H.
Yep. Okay. 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 Okay.
Well, that's going to be Hayden. So Hayden's going to say a bunch of stuff for this slide. Welcome to Wellington Community High School's presentation, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. Next slide.
Okay, slide 2 is going to be I'm going to discuss the agenda. And after I go over the agenda, we're going to transfer to slide 3 for graduation requirements. And hopefully we are now at graduation requirements, and I'm going to talk about them, including the EOC, et cetera, and we'll go on to the next slide. Now, be awesome. Moving on. Discuss the GPA, HPA, and GPA. You will have them.
You will have them. They will be there. You will have them. They will
be yours. The next slide should be the original pink course selection sheet, so you can all remember it. It used to be the thing you needed. Now it's just a little piece of the puzzle. On the next slide is going to be the other big piece of the puzzle, the Google form. The Google form course selection sheet. Screenshot that I figured out how to do today on a Mac, which was my little
That's
victory
impressive.
today. Thank you. It's Shift Command 4, in case you wanted to know.
I will
Anyway.
never remember that, but thank you
Not a
for the
problem.
information.
Welcome. Moving on to the next slide, you're going to be seeing world language, hopefully. World languages, they're great. You should do them. You should do 2. You should do 3. You should do more. And once we're done with world languages, we'll go on to slide 10. The next slide would be PE. We'll discuss PE, and it's not an option. And the next slide is going to discuss social studies. Social studies is for every 9th grader. You all have to do it. All of you, all of you, all of you. You have some options, but social studies isn't one of them. That's required. Moving on to the next slide, I talk about other electives. Is that what it says? Okay, thank you. Other electives, other ones, lots of them, lots of fun electives. There are so many, and there's so many different levels, and you will hear more about them at another time, but not right now. So the next slide, you know, if you have more of those, here's the curriculum guide. You're going to want to click on this, and if it doesn't work, you're going to go to our website and click on it there. And if it still doesn't work, sorry. The next slide is going to be an example of a freshman schedule. Yours might not look like this, but here's one. Here's a kid and his classes, or her classes. Now, from here, I'm going to turn the reins over to Miss Drucker, our ACE coordinator, on the next slide, and she will be discussing our ACE program.
Awesome. So now I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff about ACE, and I'm going to say you have to have a group 1, a group 2, a group 3, and group 4 is optional, and you have to have the AS Global Perspectives and Research, which is also, and there's 725 months. And you can follow ACE, or you can visit our website, which is wchsaceweebly.com. And if you have questions, please email me because I'm sure you will have plenty of questions. So ask them to me. That would be great. Thanks. Bye. Moving on, I'm going to pass the baton on to back to Miss A. Yeah, back to Miss A. Am I passing it back to Miss A, or I'm passing it on? I am passing the baton to Mr. Wilkinson.
I'm going to take
who is
that
going
and I'm going to raise
talk
it to
about
Mr.
the
Wilkinson.
academies.
We have so many people talking. This is fun. Mr. Wilkinson, the Academy Coordinator. We have choice and in-house academies at Wellington. All of our choice seats were filled for our fire science, marketing, equine, and fine arts programs in the spring. However, through the lottery process, but we do have seats available for students zoned for Wellington for our IT cybersecurity program and our drafting and communications program. So please inquire if you have questions about that. And if you've been accepted to an academy, what you'll notice is that on your course selection Google form, those courses are not listed for many of the classes that you'll have to take in those academies. That's because we didn't want there to be any confusion in the registration process. I will personally make sure that all of you who've been accepted to an academy have the courses that you need on your schedule for 2020, 2021. If you have any questions or any concerns, please email me. Very easy to reach, very easy to get a reply from. It's just eric.wilkinson@palmbeachschools.org. Now back over to Ms. Hayden.
And then Ms. Hayden will talk, and then that will be it. Bye, everyone. Oh, yeah. My bad.
We have to change that.
That was the one I think we wanted her to close with, so that you say, listen, like, we need these forms submitted. Like, she needs to have that call to action. It's not the same as when it's one of us.
Cool.
Yeah, so she'll talk about that one, and then the very last slide should probably be her too. And she's like, hey, here's the people you find. If you don't know what to do, here's these 4 different people. Notice how Ms. Hayden's name is not there, so that hopefully it will go to us and we can handle that and try to take some of that off her plate as much as possible. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I just said, I just messaged them through the chat, but I'm also going to say it out loud that we're going to go back into the Google Meet. So if you guys could join us back in the Google Meet, we're going to head back over there right now.
See you on the flip side.
Peace.